From Hastings High School in Hastings, Minnesota, we proudly present another section championship edition of high school girls basketball. 6 participants in Class 4A will be decided tonight. Over here in Section 4A, we've got a pair of Suburban East teams looking to end a long state tournament drought. The Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders, the number 1 seed in the section, take on the Woodbury Royals, the number 3 seed. Hello everyone, I'm Mike Peden. Thank you for joining us. Woodbury hasn't been to the state tournament since 2004. They last won a title in 2003. Cretin-Derham Hall, their last state tournament appearance was 2003. They won a Class 4A title in 1999. Over the last decade and a half, this section has been dominated by St. Paul Central and White Bear Lake, but some new blood has finally taken over, and in the case of Cretin-Derham Hall, it has to do with their depth. In fact, they could be, among all the teams this year, the school with the most Division I JUCO recruits, including Haley Moore and Autumn Mendez. That doesn't say anything about their talent, though. This is a deep and loaded team. They love to use the transition game. They're led by Frannie Hottinger, who's known to put up big points in a hurry. She scored a bunch in the section playoffs. She's averaging about 25 and a half, 19.8 points this season. She has scored double digits in every game as a junior. And if it's not Hottinger putting up big numbers, there are 3 1,000-point scorers on this Cretin-Derham Hall team. Consistency has been an issue. They did lose the last 2 games of the regular season to Stillwater and to Woodbury to end the regular season. So they are known to beat themselves. That is something they're going to have to watch out for. They can't have any unforced errors like they did in the loss to Stillwater a couple of weeks ago. However, they look pretty sharp against Tartan, got on a big run early, and they were able to coast to the finish. Tartan just didn't have enough of a run to counter. Woodbury, not as deep as Cretin, but they've got a player who can win games by herself, and that is Rachel Hakes, who was just announced as one of the 40 All-Stars who will participate in the Coaches Association All-Star Series. Rachel Hakes going to Fairfield. She and Frannie Hottinger score about the same number of points. Hakes is a little more up and down. She has 3 games where she scored under 10, but she did put up a 40-point effort in a win over Mounds View earlier this season. Rachel Hakes will lead this team. Solo Amusain will be the support option. She's put up some solid numbers in the section playoffs, and her performance down low, despite getting banged up, was critical in Woodbury's win over Stillwater. This is the 3rd meeting between these 2 teams. Cretin won the first one convincingly. Woodbury eked out Cretin-Derham Hall in a 1-point effort. 1-point decision, I should say. In the last meeting, Cretin looking for a little revenge, but Woodbury looking to continue their upset bid. We'll find out who hoists the Section 4A championship trophy with a date to Target Center as a bonus. This is the Section 4A Girls Basketball Championship. Complete. We'll take you to the public address announcer for the starting lineups.
Starting for the Royals, a senior, number 10, Ashley Van. Starting for the Raiders, a senior, number 1, Jessica Powell. Starting for the Royals, a senior, number 12, Rachel Hakes. For the Raiders, a senior, number 10, Haley Moore. Starting for the Raiders, a senior, number 13, Autumn Mendez. Starting for the Royals, a sophomore, number 24. Starting for the Raiders, a junior, number 23, Frannie Hottinger. Starting for the Royals, a junior, and starting for the Raiders, a senior, number 24, head coach of the Royals, head coach of the Raiders, Joe Lynn. Our officials tonight, Barry Guerin, John Mason, and Tyler Livingston.
Cretin-Derham Hall winning the Suburban East Conference outright. Woodbury kind of in the middle of the pack, but all that matters is that state tournament berth. Now, if Cretin-Derham Hall manages to win, they were ranked in the top 10 most of the year, they would probably get the 4 or 5 seed. Eastview winning last night, they're going to get the number 1 without a doubt. If Hopkins beats Minneapolis South as expected tonight in Section 6, they'll get the number 2. Number 3 seed probably will go to Lakeville North if they get out of Section 1. The 4 and the 5 might be up for grabs here. And if Woodbury wins, we'd have to see how many of the lower seeded teams get through, but they would likely be unseeded. Tip-off goes to the Raiders. They're wearing the purple, and they waste no time executing the transition attack. Frannie Hottinger living up to her namesake, as she did on Saturday, and as she has done throughout the year. Hottinger, one of the juniors to watch. Woodbury, they can't get the backdoor play to Amusain, and that will go to the Raiders. The Raiders with 3 1,000-point scores. They've spent the last couple of years building their way up. Haley Moore, no good, gets her own rebound, can't get the putback, and the rebound goes to Carly West. Haley Moore going to Iowa West Community College next year. As we noted, several Division I JUCO recruits on the Raiders. Amusain misses the three-pointer, and the rebound goes to Autumn Mendez. Mendez fires to Ettinger. Izzy Ettinger had a solid performance. Carly West intercepts the pass. Ettinger had a solid performance in the win over Tartan on Saturday. Hakes bounces out. Going up and missing everything was Lexi Paulson. Cretin looking to run. Butler for 3. Bullseye. Justina Butler. 5-0 start for the Raiders. West goes out to Paulson. Amusain, as we noted in the open, got a little banged up, and Woodbury does not use a deep rotation. Came in and responded with a couple of big buckets in the closing minutes to help Woodbury edge Stillwater 54-52. West is blocked. Haley Moore and Hottinger were there. Jump ball. Woodbury with the arrow. Hastings hosting the 4A girls and boys section championships. 2 days from now, they'll be hosting the Cretin-Derham Hall boys, the number 1 team in Class 4A. But they'll have to face a tough North St. Paul team to get through. There's Rachel Hakes. Fairfield, if you're wondering, located in Connecticut. Tries the lob to Amusain, and just a little too long. Haley Moore out to Mendez. She sees a lane, goes up, can't get it off the window. The rebound ends up in the hands of Hottinger. Another tie-up, Cretin with the arrow this time. Autumn Mendez, the Athena Award winner this year for Cretin-Derham Hall. She'll be recognized at the annual St. Paul area ceremony. Gets the inbound feed to Hottinger. Hottinger with a couple of cracks at it, no good. Mendez blocked from behind, but she's fouled. Now the data for this series somewhat incomplete. I can tell you that in the last meeting of the season on February 23rd, Autumn Mendez had 15 points. Mendez, Moore, and Ettinger provide great support options for Frannie Hottinger. And that's what could make this Cretin-Derham Hall team so prolific when everyone is clicking. But again, they are prone to beating themselves. In the loss to Stillwater, several unforced errors. They had traveling violations and double dribbles bringing the ball up. They can't have that tonight. Rachel Hakes on the drive, she'll shoot two. Rachel Hakes having to take over this year as a leader when a senior class that departed last year that included the likes of CeCe Keeger, Cam Veenbos, and Ellie Krybik. Rachel Hakes gets the Royals on the board. It's been a long time coming for these two in terms of getting one win away from state. Effectively speaking, they're in the Sweet 16 round. As you know, the section finals, there are 8 of them, and that means 16 teams. Hottinger poked away by West. Woodbury looking to run. Rachel Hakes. Clean block for Haley Moore. Hakes slow to get up. West stays with her, puts the pressure on. Scrum for the ball, and Woodbury with the arrow. Rachel Hakes blocked from behind, but Carly West helping out her senior teammate. Carly West, the sophomore. Way to stay with it. Like we said, this Woodbury team, they beat Cretin a couple of weeks ago, so they know what it takes to get the job done. They're not going to be intimidated in the slightest. 3 on the way. Mendez with the rejection. Hakes comes up with it. Sees a lane and one. As we told you, Rachel Hakes can win games by herself. She completes the three-point play to make it 7-5. Rachel Hakes scored 20 in the win over Stillwater and 16 in the win over St. Paul Central. It has not been easy for the Royals. They've had 2 nail-biters in section play. But that could make them tested for a matchup like this. If you're wondering, she scored 21, Hakes did, in the last meeting with the Raiders. High-low, Autumn Mendez with the finish. 9-5 is our score. Hakes to Hussein. Euro step gets the friendly roll. Solo Hussein. Salapi is her full name. She's a junior. I expect her to be one of the leaders on next year's Woodbury team. She's had a great junior season. Really strong performance in these playoffs. Ettinger out to Moore. Haley Moore backs off. Haley, as you may know, the daughter of Colin Moore, one of the coaches at St. Paul Johnson, and Colin will be back at it on Saturday with his Johnson Governors knocking off the Fridley Tigers. Something they hadn't done in their prior 2 meetings, and they did so with an 18-point win. That could be a big boost to Johnson's morale as they prepare for number 1 seed Matamidi Zephyrs in the section semifinal.
Number
Sydney Jackson and Chanel Anderson Manning on the floor for the Raiders. And that's going to be a foul on the Raiders. That will go against Jackson. Hakes to shoot 2. She was 3 for 3 at the line. Now 4-4. And here comes Lizzie Dodge. So Rachel Hakes with 7 points. Again, she's known for putting up big numbers in the Cretin games. That's exactly what she did, 26 and 21. Frannie Hottinger says, right back at you. She'll go to the line for 2. She has not scored fewer than 12 points in a game this season. Scored a season-high 31 against Minneapolis South at the Tip-Off Classic. That's the first foul on Rachel Hakes. Hakes had to navigate foul trouble in the win over Stillwater. 12-9. Woodbury breaks the press. Lizzie Dodge, the beneficiary. That gets Lizzie Dodge on the board. And for Woodbury, finding offense outside of Hakes will be critical. We know Rachel Hakes can put up big numbers, but Solo Hussein, she may be relied on to take the pressure off. And if folks like Lizzie Dodge, Cassidy Mackey can get a couple of baskets in there, even better. Haley Moore cuts to the rim and gets the layup. Her father's cheering her on, and I know she's not here to watch, but somewhere in Kansas, I'm sure Chrissy Carr is rooting on her best friend in Haley Moore. Chrissy Carr winning a couple of state titles, one for Minnetonka up here, one for Manhattan in Kansas. She'll be going to Kansas State. Pass intercepted. Autumn Mendez comes up with it. She goes to Jackson. Sydney Jackson can't get free of Dodge, and Dodge with the rejection. Hakes, no look. Hussein, 3-ball, corner pocket. We're tied up at 2 touchdowns apiece, 14-14, in case you're wondering. Hottinger weaves through, gets the reverse. An acrobatic play for the junior. That's going to be fun to watch. Battles between her and Sarah Scalia next year in the Suburban East. Scalia on hand to watch. Cretin applying the press. Jackson comes up with it. Anderson Manning off balance, no good. Hussein gets in there for the rebound. Her momentum carried her out of bounds. Woodbury one-on-one. Dodge was looking for help. Uses the Euro step en route to the rim. I thought Dodge was in a heap of trouble. She pivots her way out of it. What a move by Lizzie Dodge. Like we said, the more points that come from folks like her, the better Woodbury's chances are. We're tied at 16. Anderson Manning wanted the 3. Haley Moore will fire. Bullseye. Haley Moore with 5. Cretin getting a lot of balance early. Hottinger with 7, Moore with 5, Mendez with 4. Hakes cuts inside to Hussein. She lost control of it. Anderson Manning picks up the steal, and then she's fouled by Cassidy Mackey. 9:50 left in the first half. goalie, making an appearance for the Raiders. And Autumn Mendez, the Athena Award winner, highlights academics and athletics, one of the most prestigious awards female athletes can receive. Jump ball, Cretin has the arrow. And this is, again, where depth plays to Cretin-Derham Hall's advantage. They can go 8 deep, 9 if they really need to. Woodbury, it's going to have to be done with the 6 you have seen. That doesn't mean it can't be done, but that's going to be a walk on Hottinger. She took a bunny hop. Shot didn't go in anyway. .9:33 left in the first half, and Rachel Hakes will take a breather. Interesting move by Megan Kirchenwitz, who's in her 4th season as coach of the Royals, and Joe Lynch, he's been around the block for a while on this Raiders team. And to give you an idea of how long that state tournament drought was, well, a lot of you may remember, if you're a Cretin-Derham Hall fan, Alyssa Carroll and the points she put up. Played at Wisconsin for college, and that's going to be a foul on goalie. Cretin still had 2 to give. Carroll never got to play in a state tournament. She did make the All-Star series. But if Cretin can end that state tournament drought, what it would mean for all those players. Alyssa Carroll, Molly Geske, if you go back, who wore the purple and gold, but just didn't have enough to get through the state. Of course, those years, St. Paul Central, the super team, White Bear Lake, they got a 2nd place finish in 2010. Makes for tough competition. That was a tie-up. Woodbury had the arrow, so they hang on to it. Rachel Hakes back out on the floor, so that was a very quick break. Carly West attacks. How did she get that in? Carly West had to weave around 3 trees, and she still put it in. 19-18. Back and forth this game goes. Who will win? Nobody knows. Cassidy Mackey gets the steal. Rachel Hakes, kick out, dodge, baseline J, swish. Woodbury takes their first lead of the game, 20-19. A lot of folks expected this to be close, at least for the first half. Anderson Manning out to goalie. Kick out to Butler. She'll back off. Moore to goalie. Finds Moore. Little pick and pop. Haley Moore up to 7. Woodbury tries the high-low, and that goes nowhere. 21-20. And Cretin-Derham Hall will call a timeout. Cretin-Derham Hall, solid season for them. One of their best seasons in quite some time, actually. Lizzie Ettinger, Page goalie, all-conference soccer players this year. Ettinger, Mendez, and Hottinger, 1,000-point scorers. Justina Butler headed to North Dakota State College of Science. Autumn Mendez will go to Northern Iowa area, and Haley Moore, as we noted, headed to Iowa Western. So a lot of JUCO talent on this Cretin-Derham Hall team. But JUCO can sometimes blaze a path to a D1 offer down the road. Goalie, that's going to be a walk. West. Out to Hakes. Hussein for three. Yes! We didn't see this too often in the game with Stillwater. Hussein attacking down low in that one, showing her range against Cretin-Derham Hall. That could be big. Again, Woodbury, if they get through, would not likely get a seed. Page goalie drives and scores to tie it up at 23. Cretin would probably get the 4 or 5. But for two teams that haven't been to state in a long time, just getting there could galvanize their programs, as both have significant talent who will be returning. Cretin looking to go transition. Haley Moore, the transition three, not there. Frannie Hottinger is there. She'll draw the foul on West and go to the line for two. That's the second on Carly West. Frannie Hottinger, now 2 of 2 at the line. Mendez going back in place of goalie. Hottinger up to 9. Free throw shooting. This you don't see often. Both teams perfect. Cretin 5 of 5, Woodbury 4 of 4. What a drive! And Lexi Paulson has nothing to show for it. She plowed through the lane down the middle, and they got to finish those. 25-23, but as we've seen, long way to go. This is not like last night when Eastview overpowered Apple Valley. Mendez fires the three, can't hit it. Rebound, Cassidy Mackey. These are two evenly matched teams, even if the record would indicate Cretin as the favorite. Rachel Hakes, she's fouled. That's the last to give for the Raiders. No shot. It will be a side out. But that is an example of Rachel Hakes and her quick first step. Mackey can't get it. Lizzie Dodge gets the offensive rebound. Rachel Hakes drives, weaves her way through. Beautiful. Rachel Hakes with a little misdirection. Ha ha. These two are fun to watch. These two teams, that is. Jackson out to Moore. And both are getting balance in their scoring. Hottinger is fouled by Hakes. That will be her second. And decision time for Megan Kirchenwitz. No, they're going to call it on Dodge. I thought it was going to be on Hakes with the contact. So no decision yet. Ettinger off the inbound, misses the three. Hottinger with the O-board. And she walked. Hussein tried the lob to Hakes through traffic. It was deflected by Cretin, and Woodbury lucky that happened because Hakes had nowhere to go. A little bit of sorting out here for the inbound play. And we move on. 4:45 to go. Woodbury throws it away. Ettinger to Hottinger, give and go, no! Thought it was going in. Rachel Hakes going the other way, and she misses the layup. You don't see that often from the stars of both teams. Autumn Mendez can't hit the turnaround. Hottinger rejected by Hussein. Eastview, Apple Valley, this is not going to be an easy win. Whoever gets out of here tonight. Jackson with the little pump fake, and she misses on the drive. Rachel Hakes draws the foul on Ettinger, and that means free throws for the Fairfield recruit. Hakes knocks down the front end. Rachel Hakes, bevy of 20-point games this season. She had 3 to end the regular season. 4 of her last 5 have gone for 20 or more. She has made all 6 free throws for the Royals. She is up to 11 points as a result. Ettinger, side fade. Missed the three-pointer. High Karam. Bounces over to Haley Moore. Sydney Jackson will reset. Pretty good crowd on hand compared to the semifinals. Not a natural rivalry per se, but a conference one. So that intensifies the drama. Haley Moore out to Hottinger, top of the key. Jackson for 3. Missed everything. And Hussein is bumped. And that's going to put her at the line with Woodbury in the bonus. Sarah Scally, if you're wondering, is on hand tonight with some of her North Tartan teammates on the floor. And as we've told you many times, everybody knows everybody here when it comes to the sport of basketball. Solo Hussein, first trip to the line. She has 8 points, now 9. Woodbury extends their lead to 4, their largest. Again, Cretin was the favorite, but this was one of those section finals where it could be anybody's game. Jackson out to Hottinger. Goes up, no good. Hussein with the board. Cretin struggling a little bit with their shot selection. Woodbury, this is a crucial opportunity for them. As the 3 seed, they are the underdog. And they throw it right into the hands of Ettinger. She tries a behind-the-back dribble, too much traffic. Cretin has the arrow, but that could have been disastrous for the Raiders. Page goalie will go back in place of Jackson. Haley Moore will take a breather as well. And Cretin will call a timeout. They have 3 left. As you know, use them or lose them. Interesting that Cretin is using their timeouts here, but they are down by 4. This is one of those key moments where if Woodbury gets on too big of a run, that could be problematic. Because again, in the section rounds, it's single elimination. 1 loss and you're done. (29-25) our score. So we talked a little bit about Cretin-Derham Hall. Here's some notes on Woodbury. Cassidy Mackey will continue her athletic career in soccer at UW River Falls. She and Lizzie Dodge both on the soccer team. And Katie Vasky, someone you don't see often, plays softball. And like most teams, they like to sing, they like to dance, watch movies, hang out after games. Woodbury, they've been a dark horse, if you will, one of the unheralded teams in the Suburban East because of the success White Bear Lake and St. Paul Central have had in years past. They won a state title in 2003 under Dave Preller. He now leads the Minnesota AAU organization. Kate Townley was the central figure on the 1999 team for Cretin-Derham Hall that won the Class 4A state tournament title. Paige goalie got a little bump from Dodge, but nothing called. Woodbury looking to go. Mackey misses the layup. And that is going to be a foul on Amu Sain. That is the last to give for the Royals. Just the first on solo Amu Sain. Hastings, let's just say a fine facility. I was introduced to it last Saturday with the section semifinals, and great place to host some playoff basketball. Goalie thought about it. I'm not sure what she was thinking there, threw it away. Woodbury on the run. Lizzie Dodge scores in transition. Dodge up to 8. This could be big if you're the Royals. Dodge averaging just 4.5 points. Cretin responds on the other end. We'll figure out who got that basket. I didn't see it initially. Amu Sain shuffled her feet. Autumn Mendez scored the last basket unofficially for the Raiders. 1 minute to go, 31-27. Mendez. Can't bank it in through traffic. Woodbury can't execute in transition that time. Cretin looking to answer. Hottinger, foul by Amu Sain, that's her second. Frannie going to the line. So nearly busted play for the Raiders, but they'll have a chance to score from the stripe. Frannie Hottinger, as we said, a tremendous junior season. Missed the front end though. 25 against North St. Paul, 26 against Tartan. That was the first foul on Amu Sain. Actually, that should have been the second. I'm not sure if they put it up on the board. We'll confirm this all for you at halftime. That was the first miss on either side, and that's going to be a foul on the Raiders, so free throws coming for the Royals, 33.4 on the clock. But Lexi Paulson's at the line, and as we saw in the Stillwater game, folks like Paulson, Dodge, Mackey, they don't have as much repetition in these situations, and they almost let Stillwater come from behind. They led by as much as 13, and Stillwater and fouls on Butler. They have her with 2 fouls. The public address announcer said 3. Lexi Paulson got the front end. But misses the back end. So both teams with the miss at the stripe. Cretin looking to push once more. Autumn Mendez off balance. And that's an over-the-back foul on Frannie Hottinger. Dodge to shoot 2. As we said, Dodge averaging 4.5 in the section games. That number figures to go up. Question is, how long will her postseason continue? She has 8 right now. Double bonus for Woodbury. Dodge has to settle for a split, but Woodbury padding their lead. They lead by 5, 33-28. And if Woodbury can keep the score low enough, that will help them. If Cretin is able to turn this into a track meet in the second half, that could be enough to get them through. Haley Moore missed the mid-range J. Woodbury, I don't know. Well, Hakes will have time to fire. Didn't hit the mark, but Woodbury closes out the first half on a strong note. They lead 33-28. 18 minutes away from qualifying to their first state tournament in 14 years. We'll pause, and while we do, we'll show you some highlights from the section semifinals that brought these teams here. And we'll come back for the second half and crown a champion in Section 4-4A. This is high school girls basketball. Woodbury leads Cretin 33-28. Iced the game away for Waseca the way that game was going. As Abu Hussein hits the around, Royals continue to build their lead. They're up by 5. Hakes did a good job of her in the last possession. Tries to work off a screen, no good. Benning, top of the key, that's off the mark. Stillwater still cannot hit those threes. Hakes, will she go coast to coast? Yes.
I don't even think she went coast to coast on that. She went right down the middle of the floor and no one stopped her. It's going to be important. Wow. And the bleeding does not stop.
Lexi Paulson with the long deuce. The lead is now 13. And those two, they'll have a full season to play with each other.
Great take.
And Sarah Scalia is not ready to go home just yet. But they need...
Press in 94 feet.
They have to now. Rachel Hakes doesn't care how much they press. Woodbury missing a crucial opportunity there. The Ponies have a lifeline. Scalia at 1. Cody buries the 3.
They needed that.
Grace Cody,
wow.
The freshman. We've talked about her growth.
Here we go.
Scalia, Amber. They got to get it off. They will not.
Oh!
No. Stillwater season comes to an end. Getting some nice moves in, but they're not finishing.
And those are the bunnies that are going to have to finish if they want to at least be in this game. That was pretty funny, I mean.
Right. And the reason they were laughing, well, they're probably not laughing at Lizzie Ettinger and Cretin's transition play. Tartan calls timeout. Well, look at what Woodbury did tonight.
Right.
Tia Cummings drives and a little out of control. Akarike is there for the putback.
They're going to have to make their free throws. They got to the line a few times. Had a couple misses here and there, but if they want to be in this game, as you can see,
or they just step up the hustle. Who needs free throws when you go after the old boards like they did? And Chevrolet gets 2 points the old-fashioned way.
Get it how you live it.
Ettinger with a little crossover and 1.
In the sections on my first time, so that was pretty amazing. And then from there, I just did triple jump from then on.
Chevrolet, what a move! If you're Woodbury, that's something you'll keep an eye on. You really don't want to let them get open. Well, there's somebody who's not going to miss down low. Frannie Hottinger.
It's good to leave a legacy.
This is your home, the basketball gym. So Cretin will move on with a 63-53 win over Tartan. And we're back for the second half of the Section 4-4A Championship. Cretin-Derham Hall trailing Woodbury 33-28. And both teams are ready to go. Rachel Hakes has 11 points to lead the Royals. Solo Amusain has 10. Lizzie Dodge has 9. Those are your notables for Cretin. Frannie Hottinger with 10. Haley Moore with 7. Autumn Mendez with 6. Woodbury 10 of 12 from the free throw line. Cretin-Derham Hall 6 of 7. But Woodbury went on a little bit of a run to end the first half. And they are 18 minutes away from getting back to state for the first time since 2004. And that's another big step. Lexi Paulson hits the 3 from the top of the key. And at the end of this, we'll have the award presentation and some interviews with the winners, whoever they may be. But as we noted, this was not necessarily a trap game, but Woodbury knows they can beat this Cretin-Derham Hall team. Wouldn't be the biggest upset in the world. I think that distinction going to South over Wayzata, but it would sure come close. Haley Moore takes the feed from Butler. She fires the 3, and that looks off. Carly West able to save it. Woodbury up by 8, their largest lead. Mackey tries the drive. She was stripped. Mendez able to retrieve it before the ball rolls out of bounds. Hottinger will shoot 2. Draws the foul on West. They give it to Hakes. Interesting. So that's the second on Rachel Hakes. Foul trouble, not a big issue on either side. Hottinger makes both free throws. She's 8 of 9 from the line. Cretin-Derham Hall, I should say, is 8 of 9. Mendez is 6 of 7. And I'll be curious to see how Cretin responds to trailing Rachel Hakes. Another nifty move. I'll be curious to see what they do. They had a little bit of trouble draining their shots to end the first half. Hottinger, again, lights out from inside. The give and go from Mendez to Hottinger. There's an example. Amusain. Out to Paulson. West has it now. Hottinger read the pass. West stays with her. That's Amusain, I should say. Amusain came up with a couple of big blocks in the game over Stillwater, and a lot of high school teams, they don't post those numbers on the stat column, so you don't get a glimpse of how effective these players are outside of the number of points they score. But Amusain doing some great work down there. Autumn Mendez missing the 3-pointer. I think Amusain has a couple of blocks in transition. She's taking a breather, but her postseason performance thus far, a lot of attention is going to go to Rachel Hakes, but Solo Amusain will be just as responsible if Woodbury hangs on for the win. Rachel Hakes gets the second chance try to go in. It's an 8-point lead for the Royals. Both teams haven't been to the section final in some time. Last year was White Bear Lake and Eastridge. Bears winning that one in overtime right here at Hastings High School. Foul on the Raiders while chasing the rebound. Hottinger picking up her third foul. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Now foul trouble will become an issue. Rachel Hakes missing the drive. Carly West fouled by Butler. As we said in the open, Cretin susceptible to beating themselves. When they are on the trailing end of the score, that's when those unforced errors start to surface. And Butler picking up her third. So Hottinger will take a seat. West knocks down both free throws. How will Cretin function without their floor leader? Justina Butler drains the floater. Raiders needed that bucket. 8-point game. West through the lane. Bounces out. Rebound Mendez. Cretin with a chance to push. It's Lizzie Ettinger. Too far underneath. And Mackey got the rebound. Ended up straddling the baseline, so Woodbury coughs it up. Spatial awareness near the baseline, always crucial. So a break for the Raiders. Can they make the most of it? Again, Hottinger on the bench with 3 fouls. Moore threads it. Butler backs off. The outside game was working quite well for the Raiders early on. Woodbury going to try to keep them away. Mendez hits the baseline jumper. (42-36). Dodge. Shovel pass out to Paulson. Skip to West. She can't finish. Mendez with another board. Mendez, the Athena Award winner. Steps into a 3. It's there! Timeout, Woodbury. The Raiders cut a 10-point deficit to 3. A 7-0 run, and this is all being done without Frannie Hottinger. Big run for the Raiders, 12:34 to go. As we noted in the open, Cretin-Derham Hall, a very balanced team. We haven't seen much out of Ettinger tonight, but Moore and Mendez stepping up nicely in the postseason through 2 games. 25.5 from Hottinger. Ettinger has yet to score. She was averaging 13, but Mendez and Moore with 9.5. They are capable of stepping up. So Woodbury facing a pressure situation, and they throw it away. This happened a bit in the Stillwater game. Woodbury, unforced errors of their own. That happened a couple of times against Stillwater, which almost allowed the Ponies to come back. Moore to Jackson. the high lob to Anderson Manning, and that was a little too high. Cassidy Mackey walked into the trap, literally. Again, this is where Cretin's depth could be pivotal. Jackson started her varsity career for Como Park. Mendez for three. That would have given the Cretin the tie. Rebound goes to Paulson, and the foul on the Raiders. That will go against Haley Moore, her second. It was a back and forth first half. Woodbury going on a bit of a run. Sydney Jackson with the deflection. Looks like a few of the boys team players are watching this from Cretin-Derham Hall. Cretin applying the press again. Scramble. Jump ball. CDH with the arrow. Cretin-Derham Hall, as you know, plays at the Joe Mauer Fieldhouse. The building, of course, constructed long before it was named, but Joe Mauer, perhaps their most famous alumni because of his day job with the Minnesota Twins. One of many outstanding athletes to come from there. And Hastings, of course, has a plaque for their notable athletes as well. Bob McNamara, who played for the Broncos. Ben Utek, who played college for the Gophers and then won a championship with the Colts. That's going to be a foul. Frannie Hottinger got the Euro step and the contact. I thought they were going to call her on the elephant step travel. No siree. Frannie Hottinger can tie it up here. No. But that does make it a 9-0 Cretin run and a 1-point game. 11:08 remains. Long way to go, but Cretin recapturing that momentum. Paulson in trouble, finds Dodge, and Hakes will reset. Paulson, guarded by Anderson Manning, finds Dodge, through the hole and in. Lizzie Dodge has perfected that move tonight. Woodbury, badly needed bucket there. Sydney Jackson takes a tumble. Cretin tried to thread the needle to Hottinger. Woodbury was ready for it. Amusain was calling for it. She'll fire. Rebound goes to Mendez. 10:05 to go. Mendez. That looked a little unscripted, but Cretin will reset here. Page goalie. Out to Jackson. 3-ball. Corner pocket. Sydney Jackson gets on the board, and we're tied at 44. Amusain lobs it to Hakes, too far underneath. Picked up by the Raiders. Autumn Mendez again, all over the boards in the second half. Hottinger, no good. Anderson Manning collects the high carom. Jackson again, short on the three. Mendez, O-board, pushes her way through, deflected by Woodbury. It will stay with the Raiders. But Cretin sensing opportunity here. And a reminder, at the end of this game, we will have the award presentation Butler for three. Another miss. Cretin trying oh so hard to get back the lead. Get the lead back, however you want to phrase it. They haven't led in quite some time, and they haven't led at all in the second half. They've erased a 10-point deficit, and Butler is fouled by Paulson off the inbound. Hottinger off the inbound, lost her footing. That's going to be a jump, Woodbury with the arrow. So Cretin with a couple of chances, nothing to show for it. And then a foul before the pass. That will go against Jackson. Had that been in the WNBA, it would have been a free throw for the Royals. Here, nothing doing. But if you foul before an inbound at the higher levels, you concede a free throw. So Sydney Jackson will take a breather. Ettinger will go back in. Now let's see if Ettinger can produce some points, because she has yet to do so, and she is an integral part of this team, one of the many seniors. Carly West missed the bounce. Rebound ends up in the hands of Haley Moore. Woodbury, they've missed a few drives lately. Mendez out to Moore. Out to Ettinger. She missed the three. The rebound will go to Amu-Singh. Cretin trying to get it done from the outside. Woodbury will back off. And this is the type of game they were looking for in terms of scoring, but here they are in a tight situation. And Cretin playing a little more gutsy here. And they thrive on the transition. Woodbury prefers to play more patiently. Deflection. That'll be another jump. Cretin with the arrow. 8:01 remains. Cretin still has 3 timeouts left. Woodbury has 4, in case you're wondering about that. So this game far from over. And with the score stuck at 44, it goes without saying whoever can get the next scoring play could acquire a ginormous dose of what we call momentum. They try a little give and go, and that's going to be a walk. Ettinger could not control herself in time. (44-44). State tournament berth on the line. Section 4 4A championship. Hakes, no look dish to Amu-Singh. Amu-Singh goes by solo. She's hit with a foul there on Hottinger. I don't think you would call Rachel Hakes Chewbacca. Maybe Luke or Leia Skywalker. That's what it feels like for Woodbury, the duo of Amu-Singh and Rachel Hakes. Rachel was announced among the class of 40 for the All-Star Series. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a Cretin senior or two. Butler missing the 3. Chance for Woodbury. Autumn Mendez comes from behind. As you know, when you're running down the floor, if you blow by your coverage, there's only one place that can be behind you. Autumn Mendez puts Cretin in front with the 3. Autumn Mendez stepping it up, 47-46. Mendez with 14. The Athena Award winner, one of 3 1,000-point scorers. Amu-Singh, step back. No Bobby Jack. Mendez probably will get a double-double before this one's through. Sees a lane and scores! Autumn Mendez, coast to coast. Timeout Woodbury. Cretin resurging again. They trail by 10, 42-32. 17-4 run since. They're up by 3, and Autumn Mendez leading the charge. Full timeout. Well, this Raiders team, plenty of talent, returning to prominence over the last couple of years. As Abe, one of my camera guys, checks our clock camera to make sure that's still functioning. Both teams have a lot of motivation. All of these players were toddlers, if not infants, the last time their respective schools got to state. Maybe they heard about stories from staffers and alumni. I noticed CeCe Keeger watching this one, seeing if her Royals can complete the upset bid. This was one of the toss-ups among the slate of section finals tonight. There will be one more tomorrow in section 2 with Minnetonka and Prior Lake. Whoever wins will be a heavy underdog. Section 2 rather weak this year. And then the section A, or the Class A and Double A state tournament slots are up for grabs as well. The finals began last night with Eastview knocking off Apple Valley, becoming the first team to qualify for state. The 3A field and 6 4A teams will punch their tickets tonight. Woodbury down by 3, but we know they can rally back in a hurry. Hussein, she's hit a couple of threes. She's up to 12, and Rachel Hakes, we haven't seen her long range yet. Hussein, oh, Woodbury still struggling on those drives. Mendez, she's been feeling it. She'll shoot 2. And that will be the 4th, I believe, on solo Hussein. So we'll make Kirchenwitz keep her in, or will she sub her out? Again, Woodbury not all that deep, using mostly a 6-player rotation. Mendez to shoot 2. She's not the best of free throw shooters. And looks like Megan Kirchenwitz will keep Hussein in. You might as well. At 6:05 left, she's been one of your catalysts on offense. And the Royals catch a break. Mendez missing both free throws. I don't know who's calling me, but leave me alone. I'm calling a section final here. I don't have time. Woodbury throws it away. Well, no, they don't. Hakes was able to get it off Ettinger just in time. Kirchenwitz can't like that. Hussein with 4 fouls. She's going to play through it. And again, that has to do with Woodbury and their small rotation. They only go 6 deep. So we'll see how disciplined Hussein is. Goes for the steal, or I should say the pass. Jump ball, Woodbury with the arrow. Tried to get the high-low play going on the entry feed. Again, the score is to Woodbury's liking, but they need to get a couple more points of their own. A lot of time, though. 3 timeouts left for both teams. Hussein for 3, ties it up. I was wondering if Hussein would go back out there. Jackson fakes the drive. A little give and go. Hottinger blocked by Hussein. Kept it straight up. Under 5 minutes to go. Jackson Out to Mendez. Hussein, that last three put her at 15. Hottinger has yet to score. Mendez kicks out to Jackson. Goes for the drive, gets the layup. Had an open three-point shot, but Sydney Jackson, a speedy one. You'll see her on the relay teams this spring. Backcourt violation. Paulson did not get across properly. Rachel Hakes will go back in. 4:25 left. A costly miscue for the Royals with time winding down. Woodbury won the last meeting 65-64. And when you get to the playoffs, the scores tend to drop a bit as both teams try to weigh each other down with patience. Haley Moore, the turnaround is there. The lead is now up to 4. Does Rachel Hakes have one last gasp within her? Her career will continue in college, but she would love to augment her high school days with a state tournament. A 5-second violation. Hakes cannot believe it. She thought she was fouled. Back-to-back turnovers on the Royals. And with 3:59 left, a golden opportunity for the Raiders to pull away. Can they do it? Still a lot of time left. They try the high-low. Hottinger cannot get the bounce. West with the rebound. Cretin pressing again. Hakes, she'll make sure Woodbury gets across the timeline this time. Spins her way through traffic. Another acrobatic move to add to our highlight reel. Rachel Hakes, what an athlete for the Royals. Mendez answers with a spin move, but she'll be called for a travel. And Woodbury not out of this yet. Rachel Hakes goes up to 17. Hussein with 4 fouls. Both teams not in the penalty yet. Woodbury still has 1 to give. Cretin has 2. Hussein. Woodbury trails by 2. They can take the lead with the 3. Hussein has shown her range tonight with 3 triples. Keep an eye out for number 44. She's setting up back there. In and out. Mendez. She's only 5'9". She plays like 6'9" with her positioning. As you know, when it comes to rebounds, as that is the last foul to give for the Royals, it goes against Paulson, her second. And Woodbury will call a timeout. 3:01 left. Woodbury with 2 remaining. I was going to say, when it comes to rebounds, it's not always about height. Yes, it helps, but positioning yourself, IQ, floor awareness, all of those intangibles add up as well. 53-51. Section 4-4A over the last couple of years, producing exciting results. Last year, it was White Bear Lake beating Eastridge 52-49 in overtime. Eastridge had that great group of seniors, but White Bear Lake, a well-coached team, they're always in the thick of it. And with Jeremy Post, it probably won't be long before White Bear Lake is back in the discussion in Section 4-4A. Another photo finish is on tap. Section 4 and Section 5 seem to do that over the last few years. Now Cretin can milk the clock if they want, but with only a 2-point lead, they have to be mindful. They can't get too conservative just yet. That's going to be a walk. Jackson used up her steps. Woodbury out of fouls to give. So Cretin, if they are able to get a drive, draw some contact, they can go to the line. Cretin still has 2 to give. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. Paulson left that one soft. Couldn't break through her coverage. Having the rock when you're up by 2, I'd say is almost as intense as a tie game because you know you're up in front, but you can't lay back just yet. And you got to play smart. Cretin hasn't been doing that. They've coughed the ball up twice now, once on a travel and once on a bad pass. Hussein, the long skip. Mackey for the lead. No good. Rebound goes to Paulson. She'll take it and shoot 2. 1:43 to go. Just the second on Mendez, but that leaves the Raiders with just 1 to give. Paulson split her first time up. If she makes the second, we're tied up again. This is the second. That will be a jump. Cretin with the arrow. Overall, free throw shooting pretty solid for Woodbury. 13 of 16. That's not bad. Cretin 8 of 12. Part of that were the 2 misses from Autumn Mendez. She's 2 of 4 overall. So it's a 1-point game. Cretin has turned it over in their last 2 possessions. And we're not at the point yet where Woodbury needs to play foul and chase. 1:20 to go. All you need is a stop. Moore out to Hottinger. Hottinger tried the skip to Mendez. Rachel Hakes with a deflection. 1:06 to go. Timeout Cretin. This is where I wish I had LaToya with me. She's cheering on Roseville, who looks like they'll be going to state, something that hasn't happened in a long time. So we've got an opportunity to put 2 Suburban East teams through. 3 if you count Forest Lake, I should say, over in Section 7. Although 7 usually a pretty weak group when you look at the overall field in the state tournament. But the Suburban East has a chance to put 3 teams through to the Class 4A state tournament. Eastview and Hopkins, it's looking like a showdown between those 2, and there have been plenty of those over the last few years. Eastview, the remaining undefeated team, we were on hand to see them pick up a convincing win over Apple Valley, a win that probably surprised nobody, but that's Eastview for you. .106 to go. Both teams with 2 timeouts left. Mendez, spin move, puts on the brakes. No! Rebound! And she'll shoot 2, but she is not automatic from there. She's a little frustrated, though. That almost went in. That's the 3rd on Hakes. Woodbury in the penalty, although Mendez is going to shoot 2 anyway. And if there's anyone you want to foul, it's Autumn Mendez. She's had a solid career, over 1,000 points, but her free throw stroke a little suspect. She's up to 17, though, as she gets the back end. So that gives Cretin a 2-point lead. A 2 to tie, a 3 will give Woodbury the lead. They won't win it just yet, though. 50 seconds. Now Woodbury, I don't think they'll hope for the final shot. Hakes tried to draw the foul, was in traffic, may have been wiser to kick back out. You had a lot of time. Cretin breaking the press. Jump ball! Woodbury with the arrow. Hottinger was looking for the dagger. Tried to draw the foul. She had a lot of space. I'd say just go for it if that's what you're going to do. Don't get too cute. Don't be too cute here, because now Woodbury has another chance. One timeout left for the Royals, 34.9 on the clock. A 2 will tie it, a 3 could win it. Now Cretin will have the arrow following the inbound here. The Raiders do have a foul to give if they wish to use it. Woodbury at 7 fouls, so if Woodbury scores or is unable to score, if at any point Cretin takes over, Woodbury can play the foul and chase strategy here with Cretin in the 1-and-1 range. Hussein will check back in. So no production at all out of Lizzie Ettinger. Autumn Mendez has stepped up admirably with 17 to lead all players. Frannie Hottinger doing her thing with 16 for the Raiders. With Woodbury, Rachel Hakes has 17. Solo Hussein with 15. So the big name players living up to their reputation on the big stage. The question is, who will go on? And will we have overtime? 34.9. A lot of time left on this one. And if you're Cretin, do you foul? Who knows? And milk time off the clock. Out to Mackey. Everyone on their feet for this one. 20 seconds. Woodbury being patient. Hakes goes for it. No bounce. Hussein rebound. No putback. That might be enough. 6.5 seconds. That might be enough, but a big but. Cretin needs to hit both free throws here. Hakes picks up her 4th, but that doesn't matter right now. What matters is Frannie Hottinger. If she makes both free throws, Cretin will ice it. If she misses one or both, Woodbury still has a chance. She missed the front end. Woodbury with time. Oh, Woodbury calls a timeout with 3.3 left. Interesting call here. Now Cretin still has a foul to give. If I'm Joe Lynch, that's what I'm telling my team. Use that foul, eat up as much time as you can. Frannie Hottinger missed the front end of a 1-and-1. And admittedly, it's a little tough to see from here. All the Woodbury players standing in anticipation, ready to cheer on the Royals if they go on. So the Section 4 4A final is going to come down to the last possession. It was not a pretty finish for the Raiders if they can hang on for the win, and Woodbury has struggled as well. Now, the question here, do you go for the tie? Do you go for the win? Hussein has hit 3 triples. You know Hakes effective inside. If you're Woodbury, well, that's something to consider. You'll take the first open shot you can get, 3.3, not a lot of time. You can't be too cute here. And I'm going to stand for this one. 3.3. Section title on the line. Hakes, fade away. Rims out. Cretin goes on. Some of the Cretin fans on the court. The Hastings staff trying to get them off. Cretin-Derham Hall wins the Section 4 4A title with a final of 54-52. Hakes, the fadeaway almost went in, rattled out, and that is going to leave a mark if you're Rachel Hakes. Her high school career comes to an end. She'll go to Fairfield to continue playing basketball next year, but that loss and that last play is going to sting. You had the fadeaway, you almost went in to force overtime. Woodbury was that close. to forcing an extra session. Who knows what would have happened there, but Cretin-Derham Hall comes back from 10 down for a 54-52 win. Autumn Mendez, your leading scorer, with 17. Frannie Hottinger with 16. And Frannie can exhale after missing the front end of a 1-and-1. Haley Moore with 9. Cretin-Derham Hall, for the first time in 15 years, is back at the Class 4A state tournament. And as we noted, depending on other results tonight, Roseville looks like they're going to win in Section 5. Cretin will probably get the 4 or the 5. We'll have the award presentation coming up. Congratulations to the Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders for sweating out another close 4A section final. We'll have the award presentation and then a quick word with our winners from Cretin-Derham Hall. Stay with us. This is high school girls basketball. Cretin-Derham Hall, your section champions from Section 4. They end a 15-year state tournament drought. Woodbury will have to try again next year.
We will now begin our award ceremony. The director of the award ceremony is Frannie Hottinger, section 4A basketball tournament manager. Assisting him will be Will Archer, EAD of Cretin-Derham Hall High School, and Myra Booten, the athletic director from Woodbury High School. We'll now honor the section 4A Royal basketball runner-up team from Woodbury High School. When your name is called, please step forward to receive the medal from the section administrators. For Woodbury, number 2, Billy Morehouse. Number 4, Elise Lowe. Number 10, Cassidy Matthews. Number 11, Jordan Alpacet. Number 12, Rachel Hakes. Number 13, Kelly Joyce. Number 14, Carly West. Number 20, Shay Vance. Number 22, Alina Heath. Number 23, Mary Grant. Number 24, Lexi Paulson. Number 30, Lizzie Dodge. Number 32, Callie Mundell. Number 33, Katie Bosky. Number 34, Megan Early. Number 44, Solate Amazon. Food manager, Lennon Owens. Head coach, Megan Kirschwitz. Assisted by Jarvis Keys, Corey Mondell, and Nick Bloom. At this time, for the captains of the Woodbury High School, please come forward and receive their runner-up plaque. How a nice round of applause. Number 1, Justina Butler. Number 2, Janelle Anderson Manning. Number 3, Malaya Lopez. Number 4, Audrey Martinez Stewart. Number 5, Nicole Gutzel. Number 10, Haley Moore. Number 11, Sydney Jackson. Number 12, Anna Cullen. Number 13, Autumn Miller. Number 14, Kay Lilly. Number 15, Danny Wixel. Number 20, Allie Redding. Number 21, Anna Blackside. Number 22, Frannie Hottinger. Number 24, Elizabeth Hanger. Number 30, Alana Carlson. Number 31, Isabella McDonald. Number 33, Allison Nager. Number 42, Maria Vesper. Two managers, Allie Redding and Lillian Reed. Head coach, Joe Lynch. Assistant head coaches, Caitlin McCurman, Danica Shellock, and John Stegler. At this time, we have the athletes of Cretin-Derham Hall, congratulations to Rachel Hakes and the Cretin-Derham Hall basketball team for section 4 champions basketball next week on the state tournament. The seeding will be decided on Saturday. The seeding may and where they play next week. This concludes the award ceremony. Thank you for your attendance. Stay warm and drive home safely.
And I'm joined by Autumn Mendez and Frannie Hottinger. Autumn and Frannie, what does it mean to reach the state tournament for the first time in 15 years?
It's a great accomplishment. We've been working at it for a long time. We've had a lot of doubts, and it's just awesome to finally prove to people that we're here, and we've been working really hard for this.
Honestly, it's always been my dream to go to state, and I wouldn't want to go with any other group. We've worked hard for this, and we deserve it, and we're ready to go fight at state.
You guys stumbled a bit to end the regular season, including loss to Woodbury in the last game of the year. This one down to the wire, came down to the last possession. You were down by 10. How did you work your way through it?
We just wanted it. We know we had to come together. We know we had to work hard hustle at every play, and just go strong and win it.
In the locker room at halftime, we were saying we just need to worry about defense. If we worry about defense, we'll win. Autumn was a great spark in the middle when we needed it, and after that, we rallied and we were ready to go.
Speaking of that rally, your 9-0 run came when you went to the bench. So what changed for you, and how were you able to get back from 10 down with Frannie watching on the sideline?
We've been in that position before. You know, we know how to come together when we really need each other, and we knew Frannie was on me, so we just knew we had to pick it up for her.
So, Frannie, are you concerned that after a performance like this, Cretin might sub you out for someone else? Kidding.
No, but I mean, I think it's awesome that we can have other players step up when we need them. And I mean, that's what makes our team so great, and that's what will help us get here.
How nervous were you, Frannie, when you missed the front end of a 1-and-1 and Rachel Hakes came that close to forcing overtime?
I was so nervous. I was on the verge of almost tears, but it was happy tears at the end.
And how quickly did you exhale when the shot rimmed out?
So fast. And then I ran to the middle, and I was at the bottom of the dog pile.
And I see you're still in one piece, which is always important. And what would you make of the season? The last couple of years, Cretin has worked their way back up. You know, the last time they got to state, you two were toddlers. So you probably maybe heard stories about their 99 state title, their 2003 run. But to get a chance to end that drought, you know, what does it mean?
It's awesome. I mean, it's been, like she said, my dream since freshman year. You know, we always said senior year we're going to take it to state. And once we got Frannie, we knew right away, like, we have a big, we're good, we're ready.
Exactly. I knew this was our chance, like our one time we could do it. So I think we really just focused in on it and said we're the group that can make history.
And speaking of history, you accomplished it with no points out of Lizzie Ettinger, who's one of your big scorers. But you stepped up, Autumn, and for a team who I think has the most D1 JUCO recruits of anybody in the entire state, how does that balance help you weather some tough games? You know, you had to sweat one out with Tartan, and you had to sweat one out with your conference rival tonight.
I mean, Lizzie was in foul trouble. She knew she had to stick her defense on Rachel, so she knew she had to maybe give up offense to get that good defense.
Yeah, I was really proud of how Lizzie played because she really focused on the defensive end. And even though she wasn't making some shots, she still kept going. And, I mean, like I said, that's what's great about our team. We can have different people step up when we need to.
Autumn, you were telling me how nervous you were before this. You are speaking as if you, well, speaking like a true Athena Award winner there. Let's want to get that plug in there too. So a lot of great accomplishments, and I'm sure you'll be cheering on your other Raider team in a couple of days back here. But you get to celebrate tonight. Just how exciting is it? You know, whatever happens, you know you got to make a state tournament trip.
It's exciting. Just making it to state this last game, winning. It's just overwhelming and just feels so great because we worked so hard to get here.
Yeah, honestly, we've been focusing on just making it to state for so long. Now we really need to change our mentality and be like, okay, let's make a difference in state.
Well, and you're one of at least two Suburban East teams. Roseville got through as well, so you might have some. Roseville did. They beat Park Center, so there might be a. And Forest Lake, I know they're playing Anoka tonight, so you might have a few friends out there. You want to say hi to anybody?
Hi to, well, my family's here, so hi to who's ever watching this.
Hi to all the fans that follow girls basketball. You know, International Women's Day, way to represent. Let's go.
That's right. And no better way to celebrate International Women's Day than winning your section and going to state.
Exactly.
Great day.
Great day. It's happiest day you got this year.
Great day to be a woman and a Raider.
Yeah.
And another piece of bragging rights for you. Now you can, because the 4A quarters are a Target Center, you can also claim that you play in the same quarters as the Lynx now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so excited to play at the Target Center. It's going to be a great platform.
Well, I'm excited for you, and I'm sure everyone at Cretin is. Congratulations on this win. Go celebrate, and whatever happens, have fun at the state tournament. You're never going to forget the experience.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for the interview.
That was Autumn Mendez and Frannie Hottinger of Cretin-Derham Hall, and that is our final final girls basketball broadcast of the season. We'll have the All-Star Series in a few weeks, but this is as far as we'll go. So until next time, for our entire crew, I'm Mike Beaton. Thank you for watching.